Hello, family. Incoming rant. This one is about controlling the narrative, we'll call it. Right. So, yesterday we had our first rain. And the power went out. And it wasn't even that much rain. It was just a little sprinkling of rain. But, it's summer and more people are turning on their air conditioning units. And where I'm living at the moment, this last 10, 15 years especially, there has been an excessive amount of development along the coast. I mean, just massive high-rise, multi-story, multi-facility buildings going up everywhere, like Four Seasons. I think it's Four Seasons, one hotel. Another one is even like a gazillion times bigger than that down the road from there. And then there's another one, and just all down the coast, right? So in a dry forest. Relying upon an electricity grid, and well, I say electricity, I'm referring to the dirty electricity that comes from the power company, we'll just call it. So, 5-year-old common sense. I always love to fall back on 5-year-old common sense. So, if I have an area that was all along a coast and it was traditionally just like small fishing villages and stuff like that, and that was the energy grid, right? It was designed to support that, like however many decades ago. But what I'll do is I'll bring in all these excessive I mean, I'm talking like Las Vegas style development along the coast. And they'll tap into this fragile energy infrastructure and place, demands on it. And of course, you're going to have power outages as a result. But oh no, we're not allowed to. No 5-year-old logic allowed here. I mean, it's apparent. If I look with my eyes, I can see all these hotels going up all the time, and I'm wondering, where are you guys drawing your power from? The same place that we are, the people that live in this area. There's no difference between the power grid that you have and the power grid that I have, so we're all on the same grid. So, but I'm over here using like maybe 4 kilowatts a day, and the Four Seasons is using maybe 4 million kilowatts a day, and this other one, and this other one, and this other one. I don't know. We'll just add it up, right? And then all the houses and all the Airbnbs and then the other hotels and everything. It just really puts a pressure on the grid, which is dirty energy. The grid is dirty energy, and it's monopolized, and it's just not a good way to it's not a good way to provide power, let me just say that, to our homes and businesses and things like that. But we don't want the public to know that. Well, we certainly don't want them to know that the Chinese, now owns Mexico, just built this place called, I'm not kidding, family, it's a hotel called the Mandarina. It's a chain hotel, but you know how they rate hotels as 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, maybe 5-star. This place is like I don't know, I think it's like a Michelin star kind of place. $30,000 US per night to stay there. And the people that stay there do not come in cars and taxis and buses like they do the rest of these, fishing towns, surfing towns. No, they're coming in on private jets and private helicopters, right? These are the Chinese investors that bought up all the resources in Mexico. Or I should say, Mexico liquidated these resources to pay the debt that they believe, that the politicians believe that Mexico has, for all the previously obtained money, like by way of International Monetary Fund, Bank of International Settlements, Federal Reserve, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and the list goes on, right? So here we go. So the power went out last night, and this morning the dueño, or the people who, the landlord of the place where I'm staying, sent me, they literally, I'm not kidding, this is the level of a lack of discernment. Just nobody questions anything, just believe everything you see. So she got a feed on her fascist book thread, aka Facebook, I don't know what they're calling it now. She got a feed on her Facebook thread. I wish I was making this up. I really do. From a quote unquote source of news, like this. There's this account on Facebook whose purpose or stated objective or mission is to share news about the local area, right? So this entity puts out a broadcast to everybody that's in this area by way of the Facebook thread, that the reason our power went out, and by the way, it was out for almost 24 hours. Yeah. And she put out a thread on the Facebook that said, the reason the power went out is because there was a man, silly man. They went into details about, this silly man, and he shouldn't have been driving so fast, and leave all that speculation out of it. Just give me the facts, right? Oh, no, methinks the gentleman doth protest too much, so I have to remind everybody that it's the dry season, and we just got our first rains, and therefore the roads are slippery, and this is the reason why this car crashed into, because he was driving and blah, blah. Leave, just tell me why the fucking power's out, all right? Well, the power's out, don't you know? Because a car crashed into a reinforced concrete cement utility pole. You know the ones I'm talking about, family? They're like 1 meter or more in diameter. Cars do not knock them over. Cars that run into such types of poles get pulverized, and the pole gets a couple of scratches on it. But we're meant to believe that a car smashed into one of these big ass concrete reinforced steel utility poles and knocked it over, and therefore that's why the power went out. And to accompany this news story was a photo. And the photo showed a utility pole that looked like it fell over during the rains because the ground underneath it collapsed. Now, having said that, even if the ground collapses underneath these utility poles, they're built so far into the ground that they're designed. They're not designed to fall over when a car bumps into them or crashes into them. They're not designed to fall over like that unless there's some really major thing. Anyway. So the picture showed the photo that accompanied this news showed a utility pole that was laying on its side. Now, I don't know, was it photoshopped? I didn't see any dates or timestamps on the photo. I didn't see any sources of who took the photo. I didn't see any sources indicated in the news link. Like, where did this person who's reporting get the information from? Where's the thread? Where's the feed? Who reported this? Was it Associated Press? Was it fill in the blank? Whoever, Nope. No resources, no footnotes, no links to click on to verify her sources of the so-called news. No, and just a photograph. And we're meant to believe that a car, and the car that was shown in the photograph, wasn't even like a mid-sized car. It would be like an economy kind of car, like somewhere between a 2-door and just beginning to be like a 4-door, but like a 4-door where you're sitting in the back seat and you're eating your knees because you're so squished up. The car was tiny. And anyway, so and everywhere I went today, just to take a test, just to dip the thermometer in and see just how gullible is the average person. I like to do that every once in a while. I like to just take a field measurement, and see how we're coming along. But everyone I spoke to today, oh yeah, the power's out. That is sure it is. Yeah, it is. And the reason why is because they all regurgitated the same Facebook bullshit propaganda psychological operation. That's right, family. I said it. Psyop. What you see on Facebook and Twitter and all other manner of artificial intelligence platforms are psychological operations. What's the truth, though, about really why the power went out? Well, it's because we got a few trillionaire Chinese investors sucking up 90% of the power grid of the entire area just to run their 12-star hotel or whatever it is. I don't know. I gotta fly. He flew in my drink. Gotta get him out of there. Let him dry off and then finish my drink. He didn't drink too much. You want to say hi? Can you see this fly? You're lucky Florcito's not here. Oh boy, you are so lucky Florcito's not here. Go on now. If you don't know who Florcito is, you gotta check out. She's got her whole playlist. I used to catch flies for her. So everybody I ran into today was buying off on this Facebook psyop. And therefore, because their attention is, on this bad driver and he should have used more caution and blah, blah, blah. Really? What we need to be doing is saying to our so-called government officials, you see him back there? He's trying to cuss somebody out, isn't he? He's got too much to say, yeah. See him back there? No, he's not talking so much. To say to the people who are so-called the authority of the city management and the municipal management and all this other shit. It's like, why are you allowing multitudes of hotels that are using millions of gallons of water per day and untold millions of kilowatt hours of electricity per day to run all their fancy hotels? Like, if they want to come in and put up their operation here, then they need to BYOB. Bring your own beer. Is what bring your own bottle, right? Is what BYOB means typically. Bring your own source of electricity, bring your own source of water. No. We're just going to take what the people have and we're going to take it for free. And when we run it into the ground and there's no water and electricity, then we're going to blame it on some guy who ran into a pole and knocked it over. And if we run out of water, well, that'll be blamed on fill in the blank. I don't know. There'll be somebody come along. I'm just saying. So yeah, 24 hours without power and we just entered into summer. Wait till the storms come and the power's out for a week and I'm sitting here in this Airbnb and these people are charging a shit ton of money. And they're my friends, right? They're my friends, so they're giving me a discount, but it's still a shed load of cash. Like rent prices in the States. This is not Mexico anymore. Mexico has rent prices that are equivalent to the United States now. Hyperinflation. And y'all can't keep the power on, and like you want to run like a hotel, but you can't provide water and electricity. Maybe we should talk about some discounts on my rates then, no? Oh God, no, couldn't possibly do that. Anyway, otherwise pretty intelligent people, like not super stupid people, but yeah, believe in what they hear on the Facebook. Discernment, family. Anyway, that was my rant about let me just say it. CFE. That's the name of the power company here. That's the name of the communist monopoly here. Completely ineffectual, totally obsolete, absolutely horrible. But wait, it gets better. Next incoming rant, I'm going to go off on what you call this one here called Telcel. This cell phone. The one and only cell phone. Because, the one and only functional cell phone service in Mexico. No, we're not a communist. No, we don't have a monopoly on the market. No. Certainly you have a choice. If we don't provide a service, you can go over. Oh, no, you can't go over here. Don't get your service. Too bad. Next rant, Telcel. Stay tuned.